Hey guys, this is Future Stephanie here. I forgot to mention this in the video, but I thought I would just mention it here with this clip. I do have an announcement that I will be making, but you will have to stick into the end of the video where I will be making the announcement. So just hang on tight and enjoy the video, and I will see you guys at the end. Hey. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my makeup brush essentials, and these are just my must-haves, my holy grails, the ones that I cannot live without out of my whole brush collection. These are the ones that I always lean on, the ones I always tend to go for. You guys get it. I'm not gonna continue rambling on about that. So I buckled down a couple suggestions that I would recommend for you guys to achieve the best makeup you can. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can be notified when I upload. So let's begin. I think today, to keep it in order, we are going to start with face, then go to eyes. So the first brush I'm gonna mention is, no pun intended, the foundation of it all. Oh my god, I need to stop. It's late. Only God tell me why I'm starting to film at 10:30. The first brush I'm gonna mention is my foundation brush, my holy grail. Been using this for like 5 years now, it feels. I've really lost count, but it's been a really long time. So this is the M439. If you're not familiar with it, it's just a kabuki that allows for a fuller coverage. Yeah, pouncing motion seems to be the best for me. Like, I'm like, to get fuller coverage, and if you want it in a specific area, so I would lean towards that. The M439 honestly leaves your face looking super fresh and flawless. So next is gonna be my Morphe X JACLYN Hill brush. This is what I use to blend out my concealer or touch up my face. Like whenever I put sunglasses on, like I really don't know the specific term for it, but yeah, it's whenever like I have those instances when there's like some marks from something that I put on my face while having foundation on. This blends it out and just makes that go away so seamlessly. It makes it look like you have fresh foundation on all day, every day. I have this in my purse and goes with me everywhere, really. So that's with that. Oh, and PS, I should make a disclaimer before we continue. Like 95% of these brushes are probably from my excuse me, from my JACLYN Hill and Morphe brush set. Just wanted to leave that out there if you guys see a theme. And that's only because that's majority of the brushes I have. It's the only brush set I currently own at the moment, so that is why. Next, we're gonna go on to the brush I use when I want to wipe away some powder off my eyes, if I want to lightly touch up with powder, translucent powder to be exact. Just my go-to when it comes to under my eyes and setting is the JH07 brush. It's literally a dome like brush like that, and I literally use this to wipe away my bake whenever I am done. I know you guys have seen me use this before. I use it to wipe it away, and I usually, for my more natural days, I would use this brush, dip in some powder, and tap all over my face to set it lightly. At least I use that for a light set. The next brush is what I use for like if I need to like get ready in like 5-10 minutes and I need to be out of the house. This is when this brush comes in handy, because you'll see it's almost as big as my face. So this brush, the JH01, it's a big brush, almost the size of my eyeball. No, even bigger. It's like almost the size of like my eyebrow, the top of my eyebrow to the bottom of my eye. It's that big. This brush, I can just stamp this on and call it a day and be like, done. Perfect for setting your face all around and making sure every place of your face gets powder. Because like, look how massive it is. Woo. Alrighty, next we're gonna go on to my bronzer brush. It's really considered a blush brush, but because of the way it's shaped, it looks like it could be a bronzer brush, and it's small enough to fit my small face. So it is the M403. It's just little, it's like a little tapered in the sides, but then it's like longer towards the front, which allows for it to fit perfectly in the contoured area, and just use it all around and call it a day. This is what I use for bronzer, contour, if I want more of a natural look. I do have another contour brush, but since I have used this for both contour and bronzer, and I've liked both, so I thought I would mention this one rather than the other one, just because I lean towards this one a lot more than the other one. That's what that. Okay, blush. So the JH06 doesn't look like your typical blush brush, but it has such soft bristles to it, and they feel so feathery that whenever I use it to apply my blush, it goes on super naturally. I absolutely love it. Like, if it's right where I need it to, because I usually put my blush on the apples of my cheeks right here, and just putting it on like that, it fits perfectly where I need it to go, and if I need to add on, I can. This brush applies my blush more naturally than my other blush brush that I have. Like, if I want the pigment to be there like ASAP, I use the other one. But this one I tend to lean towards more often, just because of the way it applies the product and how soft it feels on my skin. This seems to be my go-to as of recently. Next is my Benefit brow brush. I got in my Desi collab kit, that little kit that she had, but you can also get this individually. Mine's just rose gold for that particular package that I got it in, but it comes in silver normally. So I mean, I did look on the website, it does come, they do sell it separately versus that kit that I got ages ago that they probably don't even offer anymore. But the spoolie on this thing, it really is what does it for me, because it's nice, thick, and the bristles are like rough but not super rough to where it's difficult to get through my brows. The spoolie is honestly the perfect type of brush to get through my brows thoroughly and evenly. Like, it helps blend the product out nicely without making it go away, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and then the angled tip, perfect for my powder. The powder, I really like to use it for powders versus the creams or gel pomades, because it's nice and fluffy, but it's like thin but not super thin, to the point where like I feel like it applies powder better than it would with pomades, because pomades I feel like need a nice slick brush to get precise with it, but this one does the job for powder, so that's what I use it for. Okay, on to highlight. This is a brush that I've leaned towards for a while, I think ever since I've gotten the kit. So the JH09, it's just a nice natural bristled brush. So it's a nice brush that has enough bristles for it to go on super naturally. It also builds up really well too. So this is literally for natural glow, like that, like bomb ass glam look. Moving on, that wraps up with the face brushes. So I thought these were probably the best face brushes that I own, that I've found myself leaning toward constantly, and ones that I really can't live without. Like, I pack these with me for vacation. They go with me if I have to go on any event. If I need to do my makeup, I use these. Like, they go with me everywhere. I use them for everything. So if you had to get any brushes, or if you're just starting off and you need some brushes, I would suggest getting these. but that's just my personal opinion. I'm just speaking it out for you guys to let you guys know. Next, we're gonna move on to eyes. So I divided these up into 3 different groups because I like to keep it organized. So we're gonna start off with the blenders, which are usually known as the big fluffy brushes. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the JH30, which is the brush that you probably see me use to set my eyelid primer. I dip into the powder and quickly go all over my eyelid with this. It's nice, big, and fluffy. This brush literally has the product go all over the place and super fast. Like if you just need one brush to help get shadow all over the eyelid, I would recommend this one, just because it distributes the product evenly and you can also use it for multiple purposes. That's what I use it for. I use it as a powder setting brush, but I also use it to put down my first eyeshadow base color. This is usually the first brush I go in with every single look. So there's that. The next brush I'm going to talk about is another blender. It's the JH36. So it's a little bit more on the tapered side, but it's semi fluffy, not as fluffy as the first one, but it's still a part of that blender family. As you see, it's like that. I don't know, like you see it. So yeah, this brush I usually use to blend out any harsh lines when I go in with 2 or more shadows and there's just some harshness going on. I use this to blend it out, and this is probably the key brush that I use whenever I need to blend out any sort of lines to achieve a nice, flawless smoky eye look. Really, like, this is my go-to brush, the brush I use whenever I need something to blend out any harshness. Next, we are gonna go into the next blender. So the JH31 is the next brush we're gonna move on to. Oh, I apologize, I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning. I use these brushes to achieve my face today. Not this one, it just got stained with pink. I really need to wash it, like give it a deep clean, but the rest I did use today, which is why they're dirty. I really didn't mean to show you dirty brushes, but that's just how it came out. So yeah, so the JH31 brush is usually a nice natural bristled fluffy brush that's perfect for blending 2 colors together, or even just making sure everything's blended, as well as packing on color. Yes, I know it sounds strange. I personally love this when it comes to getting that color in your outer corner right here. Like if I really need to get a deep color down there, I only use this one if I lightly tap into that area, just because it fits perfectly in my outer corner right here where I would like the color distributed. But that's only sometimes. I mainly love this brush for blending my first and second color together to make one cohesive color to achieve really the look I tend to go for that day. So yeah. Whew, that's a lot of talking. Next, we are probably gonna start slowly drifting away from fluffy brushes, but this is really a 1-2 for type of thing. I'm gonna talk about this double-ended Urban Decay brush. It doesn't have a standard number just because I got this from my cousin. Actually gave it to me, and this came in one of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. So I was doing my research trying to make sure I could locate a brush similar, if not the exact one, for you, so you'd be able to get it if you guys wanted it to. But the closest brush I could find that looked the same or very similar would be in the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, which I looked and it showed something similar. I would put the picture right here. So that was probably the closest I could find to it. But anyways, I will have every single one of these brushes linked down below if you guys want to look, shop them, anything. Yeah, so I also had a substitute just in case if you guys did not want to purchase a palette in order to get a brush. So the substitutes that I found for that double-ended brush would be the Morphe M455 or the Morphe M454. Yeah, those are the ones that I found that seemed the closest to having obviously they're two different brushes just because Morphe didn't have any double-ended brushes with these two brushes on either end. So I found a nice pencil brush and a nice smudger, I think this is what it is called. But yeah, I found something very similar to each brush, not bristles. So yeah, again, I will have them linked down below if you guys want to check them out and see for yourself. If you guys want to go for the Urban Decay palette and brush, I mean, up to you. But I did find cheaper options with two different brushes and they're linked down below. So now that we moved away from the blenders and pencil brushes, we are now going to talk about another smudger. So this is the JH43 brush. This is the brush I use to tightline on my eyelid. I use to achieve that nice natural smoky liner look, or even if I need a nice blown out eye close to my lash line, this is the brush that I use because it's nice and straight. But it's, if I show you this way, I don't know if you guys can see it right here, like there. So it's somewhat thick but not completely, so that's what I use. It really blends out the shadow in the perfect way that I personally like, so I do like this one a lot. Next I'm gonna mention is the JH41 brush. This is the brush that I use for two things, I believe, two things mainly. So this is a perfect brush to use to put any shade all over the lid. So glitters, creams, or even regular matte eyeshadows. This is a perfect brush to do it because it has enough bristles where it can hold on to glitter and the length to literally measure up perfectly for your eyelid. So like, it's not too big, not too small. It's like right in the perfect size to use for a lid brush. So that's my thoughts on that one. Moving on. So we're getting down to our last three brushes. Wow, that went by a lot faster than I thought. So the next one is going to be, it's a concealer brush, but I use it to literally clean up anything that I can't really use a wipe for, or my finger. So it is the e.l.f. concealer brush. It is literally a little itty bitty brush that you see right there. It's so round, small, it's like a baby. I use this to clean up my eyebrows to make sure they ain't looking crazy. I also use this when I want to clean up my liner if I get out of line. So I use this really for cleaning up with concealer. So that's pretty much it with this one. I've literally had this ever since I started using makeup, and when I looked up the price for this, they still sell it. So I'm surprised at that they still sell it after all these years. And this guy only costs $2. So probably the cheapest brush out of all of these, even though I know a lot of these are really inexpensive, but this is probably the cheapest one I have in this whole collection right here. So that's that. So the next brush I'm going to talk about is my liner brush. So this one I really like, but it came in a holiday set and it's discontinued. But don't worry, don't be sad. I found a substitute for you guys. just because I knew you guys would be mad if I'm just here suggesting stuff that you guys can't get if you guys want it. So hold on, I got you. The substitute I found for this one is literally the exact same minus the color of the bristles. I think the bristles are like more on the natural side while this one's black, but it literally has the same, it's very similar in with the angle, width, and length. This brush is super thin, which is one of the best qualities about these brushes, about this brush, just because this has been the only one up to date that has been able to make gel liner super easy for me and to be able to achieve that perfect wing. I use this brush for my how to achieve a wing liner for hooded eyelids video that I'll have linked up here if you guys want to see. This literally is the perfect brush for achieving the perfect wing liner. Like, it's great. Enough said. But again, I do have the substitute linked down below, M160 if I didn't mention it before. I did find the Morphe M160 picture right here. Very similar in length, width, and mainly all the characteristics about that brush. So yeah. Last but certainly not least is the brush that I use to achieve the best inner corner highlight, brow highlight if I feel like doing it brush, the JH42 brush. Aww. We have another little one. As you see, it looks very similar to the e.l.f. concealer brush, but this one I feel like is a little bit more fluffier and a little bit more wider and longer. So I love to use this because for the brown, because it literally fits perfectly where you need it to go, and it fits right perfectly where you need to put your inner corner highlight. So this does it all when it comes to brow highlight and inner corner highlight. You could even use this to line your eyes if you wanted to. Never tried it, but now that I look at it, it really has a good shape to carefully line your eyes. So that's like a 3-in-1 brush right there. So I don't know about you, but that's crazy. But I know you're just like, that's a lot of brushes, and what if you have a better deal for me rather than just buying all these brushes individually? I can't leave you guys without mentioning this, because this set literally carried all of these. So if you just wanted to save some money and bundle up in getting a set, I would recommend the JACLYN Hill brush set. So I know this has a hefty price. This goes for $165. What? I know that sounds like a lot, but if you really calculate adding up all the brushes individually, you may save some coin if you really think about it. But again, up to you guys. If you just want to get these particular ones, like that's why I wanted to pick out a few from this set, just because I know $165 is a lot to spend on just makeup brushes, especially if you're not someone who uses makeup every single day. So I just wanted to pick out my select favorites from this collection, just in case if you wanted some nice quality brushes for an inexpensive price. And I also get it in this case, and it's a heavy duty case that you can literally knock around everywhere. It's hard shell, so it won't dent your brushes. It'll keep them in nice, perfect mint condition. So that's that. So you can have those options. So you can either get the set, or if you want to even go even smaller than that, that's why I just picked these particular brushes, just in case if you didn't want to spend the money on the set. Because trust me, I did a lot of contemplating before I bought that, not even gonna lie. Just because I mean, I did have makeup brushes, but I felt like I needed a couple more brushes to achieve certain looks that I wanted to go for and I wanted to try. But these are just the ones that I lean to for natural looks, glam looks, for everything. So these are personally what I use for literally any look I do. I would say these are a good start if you're just beginning with makeup, or if you want a more full coverage look. So yeah, I guess now that I finished all of that, we have come to the end of this video. If you've made it this far, you might as well just subscribe, just cause like, why not? Like, you made it this far. All you gotta do is just press that little subscribe button right here, right here, and just make it official. And that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something from it. I hope this was informative for you guys, because I did so much research in trying to find the best brushes to show you guys, and to make sure I knew exactly which ones I wanted to show in this video, because I did have a lot to choose from. I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It helps support me. So if you guys are subscribed, please give this video a thumbs up, and it also let me know if you like this type of video, or if you even found this video helpful. And if you guys have any other questions about any other brushes, or if you guys have any brushes that you personally find as your holy grails and that you think I should know about, please comment them down below. I always love to experiment with new brushes, just because makeup brushes seem to be the thing that I constantly buy even though I have enough. Please, if you have any other recommendations of your own, please comment them down below. And again, if you like what you saw, please feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I upload, which is every Sunday. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. So if you're currently watching this, that means you stayed into the end because you want to know the big announcement. But first, if you guys stayed this long, leave a pink heart down below if you've stayed to this point. And now, I won't keep you waiting for much longer. So the big announcement is I will be uploading 2 days a week. I decided to do this just because I felt like I was getting the hang of uploading once a week and the editing process, and just getting the hang of it I've gotten accustomed to my schedule, and I felt like rather than getting comfortable, why not challenge myself? So I'm striving for 2 days now versus 1. So that means more content for you guys. So I hope you guys are very excited as much as I am, because I feel like this is just another milestone in my journey for YouTube. So I hope you guys are excited. And yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you guys have a great day, night, wherever you are. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.